Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to start a property management company in California. Let's get started. By the way, if you're serious about being a business owner, I highly recommend registering your business as an LLC. You don't need to go to a lawyer's office to get this done. You can set up an LLC in just a few minutes online using Taylor Brands. Just click the link in the description below this video to get your LLC set up quickly and easily. First, you have to understand what you're getting into. Before we dive into the steps, I need you to understand something that will save you years of frustration. The fastest way to fail in property management is to focus on the wrong things. New owners obsess over logos, websites, and office space. But property owners don't care about any of that. After studying operators who have scaled to over 12,000 managed units and sold for 7 figures, the lesson is clear. Every property owner wants 3 things: a tenant placed quickly, the highest possible rent, and a property that is actually cared for. That's it. Everything else is noise. If a service doesn't improve one of these 3 things, don't offer it. Starting a property management company in California is not about being the cheapest option. Competing on price is a race to the bottom that you will eventually lose. The companies that survive compete on experience, protection, and systems. Let me give you examples of what this looks like. It means offering personal showings instead of leaving a lockbox on the door. It means teaching every tenant how to shut off the water and reset breakers so they don't call you at midnight. It means requiring tenant liability insurance so a $200 mistake doesn't become a $20,000 claim. It means troubleshooting maintenance over the phone before sending a technician who charges $150 just to flip a switch. These are not small upgrades. They build owner trust and reduce your costs. Now, let me be honest with you. No one should enter this business alone. Property management is reactive, emotional, and legally risky. A mentor shortens your learning curve by years. Trade associations like NARPM exist because experienced managers know that mistakes at 2 a.m. are expensive. The fastest growing operators are not the smartest. They are the most connected. A mentor prevents problems you don't even know exist. Step 1 is getting properly licensed. In California, this is non-negotiable. You need an active real estate license to manage property for others. This means completing 135 hours of state-approved coursework, passing the California real estate exam, and paying a $245 licensing fee. You cannot work around this. It is the law. Once you have your license, form an LLC to protect your personal assets from business liabilities. Then open 2 separate bank accounts. One is your business operating account, for management fees. The second is a trust account, specifically for tenant security deposits. California law requires deposits to be held in escrow. That money is not yours. Mixing these funds is the fastest way to lose your license. Step 2 is understanding trust accounting. This is not optional. Property management accounting is different from normal bookkeeping because you are holding other people's money. Every rent payment must be traceable. Every vendor invoice paid from owner funds must be documented. Every security deposit must have a clear paper trail. Clean books let you pay vendors on time, report accurately to owners, and stay compliant with state regulations. Companies that skip this step collapse under audits and owner disputes. You cannot afford to learn this lesson the hard way. Step 3 is choosing your software before you sign your first client. Your software becomes your brand. Switching systems later is expensive and dangerous for trust. Accounting. From day 1, your platform must handle leasing applications, rent collection, owner portals, maintenance tracking, and financial reporting in one place. This is not a tech decision. It is an experience decision. The smoother your systems are, the more professional you appear to owners. Do not piece together 5 different apps. Do not use spreadsheets for trust accounting. Invest in proper software from the beginning. Step 4 is finding your first clients without advertising. Growth does not come from Facebook ads or billboards. It comes from relationships. Insurance agents, real estate agents, mortgage brokers, and contractors talk to frustrated landlords every single day. Half of your future clients already exist inside their networks. When you consistently meet with these professionals and add value to their networks, you are positioning yourself as the trusted local operator. When owners finally decide to stop self-managing, your name is the one they hear. Go to industry events. Join real estate investor groups. Take these professionals to coffee. Ask what their clients struggle with. Be helpful without expecting anything in return. Step 5 is hiring at the right time. Hiring too fast breaks companies. Hiring too late burns owners. The first roles that matter are property management, leasing, and accounting. Property managers handle owner communication and tenant issues. Leasing agents focus on showings and getting units rented quickly. Admin and accounting keep the books clean. Contractors handle maintenance early on. You don't need in-house technicians yet. Every hire should remove friction from one part of the golden triangle: placing tenants faster, maximizing rent, or protecting the property. Step 6 is understanding what you will earn. Property managers in California typically make $40,000 to $50,000 per year when first starting out. This is not quick money. You are solving problems for owners and tenants every single day. But income scales with door count, systems, and experience. The more units you manage, the more you earn. The better your systems, the more units one person can handle. The more experience you have, the higher the fees you can charge. The real game is not volume, it is quality. A company with strong systems becomes the go-to in its market. When that happens, growth becomes automatic. Step 7 is competing on value, not price. Let me repeat this because it matters. There will always be someone willing to manage for less. You cannot win that game. What you can win is the game of experience and protection. Personal showings demonstrate you care about who enters your client's property. Teaching tenants how to shut off water reduces emergency calls. Requiring tenant insurance means small accidents don't become expensive claims. Troubleshooting by phone saves everyone time and money. These are not small details. They are the difference between being a commodity and being a trusted partner. Step 8 is getting connected and staying connected. Trade associations exist for a reason. Join NARPM, attend local meetings, listen to what experienced managers are talking about. The problems you will face at 2 a.m. have already been faced by someone else. Learn from their solutions, instead of inventing your own. Find a mentor. Offer to buy them lunch once a month. Ask what they wish they had known when they started. Ask what mistakes they made so you can avoid them. The fastest growing operators are not the smartest. They are the most connected. Step 9 is remembering the golden triangle. Every decision you make should be filtered through 3 questions. Does this help me place tenants faster? Does this help me achieve higher rent for my owners? Does this help me protect the property long term? If the answer is no to all 3, it is probably not worth doing. If the answer is yes to one or more, it is probably essential. This simple filter will save you years of wasted effort and thousands of dollars in mistakes. Now, before you go, I want to share something personal. When I first looked into starting a property management company, I realized most people don't talk about the downsides. They don't mention the 2 a.m. emergency calls from tenants. They don't mention the legal landmines that can get your license revoked over one accounting mistake. They don't mention how emotionally draining it is to mediate disputes between owners and tenants. They don't mention that for the first year or 2 you will likely earn less than a regular job while working twice the hours. Recently, I discovered a much smarter way to make money. Even beginners can do it from home. It does not require inventory, staff, physical locations, bank loans, or years of experience. You can start on the side even with a full-time job. It's much more beginner-friendly than property management, especially if your goal is income first, not headaches. I would say 99% of people still do not know about this business model. You are still early. Click the link in the description and watch the free video to learn more.